humbled.
Well, that's the thing.
Especially now that they chose to give them 8-ounce gloves.
Yeah, I know.
I want to do comments on that, guys.
Here's the thing. Going back to what I was saying, though. When you're boxing and then you find out in the ring. You find out once you start boxing how good of a puncher you are, how good of a puncher you're not, and all this other stuff. Before you know it, your punches are landing, and guys aren't going anywhere. You realize, okay, I don't hit as hard as I do. Now, a lot of guys right there are done. Because they don't know they don't back themselves up with any kind of boxing skills or whatnot.
Plan B.
But once I had 4 hand surgeries early in my career, so I knew very early in my career that I was not going to have to be able to fancy myself as a puncher. So I started, revolving my style around other things that I knew I had the advantage of: speed, agility, reflexes, all this other stuff, angles, things that would make me successful despite being a non-puncher. You know what I mean? Because I knew who I was and I knew who I wasn't. You show up on fight night thinking you're this monster puncher and then you're not, you're probably not going to have another idea of what to do, and that's the thing about...
But he said 8-ounce gloves, he's going to be 2 rounds, he said.
Yeah, that's the thing about all this. Because Floyd is a prick in there. Floyd is a prick. I've worked Floyd's last 6 fights. I've seen him his whole career. People think he's this cutesy dancing guy in the ring. He's a prick in there. He will beat the shit out of you if you are not good enough to hang.
And something I remember.
The thing about him is he's been fighting guys, very good enough to hang. Canelo, Pacquiao, guys like that.
And he made Canelo trigger shy. Because Canelo didn't want to get hit with those counters anymore.
That's right.
The thing about it is this, though. You have to understand one thing. Guys can become gun shy, but they know how to be in there.
Right.
Does Conor know how to be in there when he becomes gun shy? If he becomes gun shy, you know what I'm saying? Or does he now not know what to do and just get the shit beat out of him? Because knowing how to be in there allows you to maybe not get knocked out, but be in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing how to be in there because you don't have experience. Now you realize what you prepared for. I mean, I don't know what kind of preparation he's doing. I mean, honestly, this guy's got this Russian guy who's in his corner all the time. This guy Artem or whatever his name. I mean, listen, if you put Everlast on his head, it'd be an insult to the heavy bags, bro. I mean, I saw him spar this guy. Artem, and I literally was telling myself, why does he just not hit the bag? Like, at least the bag gives you more resistance when you hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy was so useless boxing-wise. I guess he's an MMA guy. Maybe he's a decent MMA fighter. I don't know. This guy was so useless boxing-wise that I said, maybe he's just trying to do it so he can add up rounds sparring, where he can, sometimes on the end of sparring or something, you'll get some softies in there. But, but meantime, you're adding up the rounds. You're sparring so you can log them, But, I mean, this guy was so useless. You don't even do that. You hit the bag, you're going to get better work out of it. Because the bag is heavier. It's bigger. It gives more resistance when you hit it. Like, this guy was so useless, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy's going to fight Floyd Mayweather, and you're sparring this guy? What is that going to do for you? What is that going to give you, like a pick-me-up? The guy, that's my problem with Conor. He needs a lot of pick-me-ups. He needs, people tell him how great he is, and he's probably will tell him he's doing great.
He's got the 8-ounce gloves. He's good.
Yeah, so... I mean, listen, you got your 8-ounce gloves, right? You got your 8-ounce gloves now. The problem is Floyd's been fighting his whole career in 8-ounce gloves. So the 8-ounce gloves is really an overrated thing. 8-ounce gloves definitely hurt. I mean, guys get knocked out on 8-ounce gloves. They do not tickle at all. We saw some scientific evidence. If you look it up online, the difference in impact from 4 ounces to 8 ounces with the hand wrappers and everything is literally just 2%. 2% difference. So there is no impact. So if you are the puncher that you're claiming to be, you think you punch like Anthony Joshua, you probably punch more like Anthony Bourdain. But, now on fight night, we're going to find out.
Well, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question about Conor?
Because here's where Conor, and that's the thing, before you get going, people think, so you're giving him no shot. It's not that I'm giving him no shot, because Conor tactically, you can't give him a shot tactically. You got to give him a shot intensity-wise. Conor's intensity is elevated. You know what I mean? He's a young guy. He has this intensity. My problem with him is he has to keep this intensity going throughout the rounds, because he's going to catch a beating at a certain point. And if he can keep his intensity riding, then maybe he'll put Floyd back into a situation where he's, on his back foot, or he's got to watch for himself. You know what I'm saying? He's got to keep it intense, though, without being so dirty. I mean, one thing that they did, and Dana White, not the biggest moron. Do you hear what he said? He actually gave up Conor's cards in that interview. He said Conor won every round, but he lost 2 points for fouling from Joe Cortez. I mean, granted, they're virtual points. There's no real judges. But between now, Conor lost 2 points for fouling in the sparring with me, and now you know that in this highlight that he gave, I mean, he's throwing rabbit punches. He's pushing down behind the head. Now the cat's out of the bag, you moron. You moron. The cat's out of the bag because if on fight night, you give this referee this position where, wow, like these are a bunch of fouls. He's shocked. He doesn't expect it. Now he's kind of having trouble refereeing it because it's such a big fight. He doesn't want to get too involved. But now the referee knows, you moron. Now the referee's going to go into the fight knowing this guy, all he does is push your head down. All he does is throw rabbit punches. I'm going to be on him from round 1 about this. Because, let's face it, guys, in mixed martial arts, you can push the head down. You can't do it in boxing. You can not rabbit punch in mixed martial arts or boxing, though. So rabbit punches are going to be illegal regardless, you know? So that's kind of one of the obstacles now he's got to face, you know? On the inside, boxing on the inside is the most difficult thing to learn. It's the most difficult thing to learn.
Only comes with experience.
It comes with experience. It takes years to learn. And I tell you, you ask me why is boxing on the inside so difficult to learn? Because the inside range is the only place where you can literally be hit with every single punch. If I'm on the outside at a certain angle, I'll know, okay, from here I can get hit with a right hand, or from here I can get with a hook, or here, okay. If I start getting close, I can get hit with uppercuts, I can get hit with right hands, hooks, I can get hit with body shots, I can get hit with everything. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to be so alert, much more alert, and it drives you crazy if you're not calm in there. You know what I'm saying? Because every single shot can hit you.
There's no room for error.
There's no room for error inside. So what does a person who doesn't know what to do inside start doing? A lot of times they start holding, you know? And that's kind of where Conor has the problem there, because he doesn't have the experience as a boxer to have learned how to fight inside. So his instinct automatically to protect himself is to push the head down or hold. I was actually calling him a pussy throughout that second sparring because I realized what he's doing. Every time he gets close and he pushes your head down, I say, you're a pussy, bro. You're trying not to fight inside. I see what you're doing. You pussy, I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You're not going to get away with that in a fight. You don't want to do it. You know,
there's a certain level when you get to a certain experience level that you're actually so calm in that exchange, or you're looking and you see openings. And if a guy's just trying to hold your head down, you're going to set him up with some good body shots. And body shots are important, you know. Just the inside game is so
and going back to what I was saying about shots, you know, you can get hit with and you cannot be hit with. Like, for example, I'll give you this, and it's for lack of a better example, it's the moment when I go down. He's holding my head down with his left hand, right? So I'm trying to move away while also trying to pick my head up. And I'm also trying to move my feet, trying to move away. I know from that position he's holding me with his left hand. I know the right hand is free. So I am trying to push away, but also push away in a direction where if a shot comes with the right hand only, it can only come with the right hand, I am riding away from the right hand. So I'm trying to push away this way. You know what I mean? For sure, you guys at home can't see. So just in case a right hook does come, which it did, I can ride away with it. I can kind of ride with it as I'm picking my head up. I'm only doing that because I know from that moment he can't hit me with anything from the other side. His hand is holding me down. So I know I have to just watch for anything coming from his right, from my left.
And by that point, you're half smothering it anyway.
Yeah, well, what I end up doing was when he lets me go, it reacts like that's the reason I go down. When he lets me go, it reacts like when you're playing tug of war and you let go of the rope.
Go.
Because I'm pushing away with my feet, but I'm also pushing up with my lower back to try to push my head up. So when he throws that right hook, I'm kind of riding a little bit to my left to try to rock with it. When he throws that right hook, trying to rock with it a little bit, but I don't, because he throws hook, then he lets me go. It already goes by me, so he misses it. But I was in the process of trying to go that way. You know what I mean? So trying to roll that way. So when he lets me go, I was in the process of moving in this direction and rolling, and I go, and I go down. You know, so literally nothing caused me to go down except me trying to get away from his left hand pushing me down. And the reason they're trying to get away from the left hand pushing you down is because, you know, you can be hit with other punches. Because let's face it, in boxing, guys do get away with it. It's illegal, but guys do get away with it. You know, sometimes, but you got to do it in a subtle way. You can't do it. You know, like Conor's reaching out. As you can see in the video, he's reaching out, holding your hand down, holding your head down. Like, so that's not even in a subtle way. Like, a lot of boxers do it. They do it in little subtle ways on the inside. You get dull, they push you down. Don't get me wrong, everybody does it, but you got to know how to do it,
How to do it. He's an experience to do that.
Like, it's so not subtle. It's like, all right, bro.
Floyd will be looking for that, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, and of course, now the referee's going to be looking for it, because now the cat's totally out of the bag. Even Dana White said it, the moron. What a moron.
He should be quiet.
He put his own guy.
He should be just happy he's collecting a big check and be happy.
Yeah.
Two things. One, I hope that they, when they do play this, your sparring, that the audio's on so we can hear you calling them names. And two,
they're not going to play my sparring, and I'll tell you why.
I'm
because
sure
the
not.
one thing that looks so stupid, the only way they do it, like I said, is the different camera angles. They keep chopping up different camera angles. You know what I'm saying? Because here's my thing: if you have 36 minutes, if you're changing angles, how do I know that I'm giving you the same look here and you change the angle? How do you know it's the same round? You know what I mean? There's nobody commentating. There's nobody doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I know you're not chopping up? That's why I said I want the same camera angle all 36 minutes. I want one camera all 36 minutes, one view.
That's
just
always
like
the way sparring was. It was a home video.
Yeah, now these guys are doing like Hollywood edits. You know what I mean? Like they have a TV crew there.
They have a TV crew.
Like, you know,
for
when you watch a
sparring.
fight on TV, the angles change because you get the best angle possible. Suddenly, all of a sudden, this guy's got a TV crew for sparring. You know what I'm saying? Just use one camera, recorded 36 minutes straight through, so you can't fuck with it. And honestly, why would you want to fuck with it? You did so good. Why'd you want to fuck with it?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's less work for you. Just put out one camera view. You know what I mean? You don't even do any work. Why would you want to do any work? Show the people what happened.
Now I got a question for you guys. You guys are big MMA fans. What impressed you about Conor as an MMA fighter? Like, why is he so successful on his feet?
Stand-up. He's very good in MMA. He's like Floyd said, he's undefeated with his hands.